Customer is looking to get an estimate to have their front walls, the front steps, and their stoop replaced. All right, so we're going to start here at the bottom and work our way up to the top. Obviously, right now they have this old limestone, as they call it, wall that's bowing and falling apart. We are going to bid to replace the wall on either side, and we are going to use a Fond du Lac and Chilton mix with a little weathered edge Chilton mixed in there. On the right-hand side, actually this is on the right-hand side, it's 26 feet long, 24 inches on the right side, and it goes to 30 inches on the left side. The wall on the left side of the steps is 28 feet long, and it's 32 inches next to the step, and it's 34 inches on the far left. Now, there is a grade that's going downhill to the left, and I told them that we may have to do some stepping. Their neighbors all have steps in their walls as well, so they understood what was going on. So, right side is 26 feet, and the left side is 28 feet. 24 inches, 30 inches, 32 inches, 34 inches. All right. As a line item, we are going to bid to put bump up pillars on these walls. Just 11 to, let's call it 12 inches tall, because we're going to want to put, they want to put their number plate in here. It's 1911, 1911, and it doesn't matter which side, they didn't specify which side. And actually, now that I think about it, let's go ahead and go on the left side, because they're going to want to put a railing in here. So the railing will go on the right side, and the number plate will go on the left side, just as a point of reference. All right, and then we do have 6-foot returns on each side. That goes from the height down to grade. All right, now we've got the walkway, the steps here. So currently, I think they have like 14-ish steps, something along those lines. We are going to be actually adding more steps to it. We will be putting in a total of 17 steps now. 17 steps. I think this adds 3. Yeah, because I think there's 14. Anyway, this adds 3 additional steps to what are currently here, because we are using 4-foot wide granite slab steps. 4-foot wide granite slab steps. So the first 9 steps are going to be relatively consistent, so they're going to be, I don't know, 14-ish inches deep as they go up, whatever it happens to be, 12 to 14 inches. Okay, and then when we get to the next ones, these steps are going to, you see how they're deeper? So at the top of that, when we get to maybe 9 or 10 steps up, they do want to have a 3-foot deep landing at that point. It can be 9 feet, it can be 10 foot, whatever it happens to be. So it'll be the 18-inch depth of the tread, plus 18 inches of premium blue bluestone. Not full range, but because it needs to match the charcoal granite that we're putting in. So we've got obviously a few more steps that are going up here. And I told them that we're adding 3 steps, which should get us outside of grade up at the top here. Because their walkway is currently out of grade, but whenever there's a landing, we want to group them into 2, the steps into at least 2. So 2 steps and then a landing, 2 steps and then a landing, etc. All right. So we've got the steps that are coming up here, and those are 4-foot wide. All right. Now we've got a walkway that is 15 feet, and I'll double check that when I go back down. But let's go 15 feet, and it goes from 4 feet, and it's going to flare out to the step, and this is going to be the pattern bluestone, the true blue bluestone. And I'll tell you why it's going to be true blue and not Baltic blue, because we are going to be building these steps here as well. They're currently 6 feet wide. We're going to widen them to 8 feet wide, and we're going to use bluestone treads and Fond du Lac Chilton with a little weathered edge Chilton in there as well. So the wall and the step risers are going to match. The treads and the walkway and the landing stones are going to match, but the granite steps are going to be separate. So we're just trying to pull everything together. They really like the charcoal granite, but they obviously don't make treads in that. So I told them that we would use the bluestone for the landings, and that makes the most amount of sense for the treads. 9, 11, 15 feet long. Yep. So The length, the total length of the steps from the first step here to where that last step is 20 feet. 20 feet total. And I have I measured each step and I came up with 100 inches. So that's why I came up with 17 treads. I did 100 divided by 6, 100 inches divided by 6, and that gave me the amount of treads. We may have to put one more in to get out of the height. So just build a little bit of a cushion in there just in case. Because obviously as I measure these, I'm just measuring the current steps that are there. So it's not hard to be off by a couple inches and throw things off a little bit. All right, so we've got, just to recap, we've got the walls in the front here. That's gonna be a one line item. Pillars as a line item. The steps coming up here as a line item. The walkway as a line item. And the front stoop as a line item. We also need to give them the contact information for John Meyer and also for Anchor Iron. So John Meyer is going to be, because they understand this is going to be an expensive project, and they kind of talk themselves into doing the steps as well, at the stoop at the top. And so I said that if they wanted to go with concrete there, I understand, or with the walkway as well. So give them John Meyer's contact information for that, so that way they can have that. And obviously Anchor Iron for the railings going up here. So this is an older couple. I did meet, they had their interior designer come over, and she met with me as well. Her name is Lori. Very pleasant lady. Very pleasant lady. So she may stop by during the build, or she may be if you have someone come over asking questions. That's if the homeowners are probably in their 60s, she's probably in her mid 40s, lower 50s, maybe something along those lines. So if someone comes over and starts talking to you, that's who she is. That's Lori. So I'm also supposed to carbon copy her on the estimate, so that way she knows when it comes through, because once again, this is an elderly couple, and email isn't their forte all the time. So I think that's it. Yeah, nice project.